Today, we're going to talk about something that can totally change the game when it comes to building wealth. It's not about some secret trick, but about a really big shift in where you put your time and your energy. So let's dive right in.
So let's just start with the big question, right? What is the single most effective way to accelerate your wealth? A lot of people think they know the answer, but we're about to show you why the most common strategies are actually traps that can slow you way down.
Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at two really common wealth traps that tons of people fall into. Then we're going to uncover the real engine for building wealth, show you how to build it, and then finally put it all together in the right order for success.
All right, let's get into the big mistakes. Understanding what not to do is honestly just as important as knowing what you should do. Getting this wrong can cost you years, maybe even decades.
The whole problem really boils down to this: a misallocation of focus. So many people pour all their energy into these strategies that sound good on the surface but are actually pretty flawed if you want to accelerate your wealth. Let's break down that first trap.
So this brings us to myth number 1, the investment lottery. You know this one. It's that super seductive idea that just one big win, one genius investment is all you need to change your life forever.
And look, this is so relatable, right? Especially when you're in your 20s and your income doesn't feel like much, the stock market or the latest crypto craze feels like your only real shot. It's trying to find a shortcut because the slow and steady path just feels, well, too slow.
The hope is so powerful, isn't it? The dream of that one big score being your ticket out of the 9-to-5 grind. But let's be real. The reality is, this isn't a strategy. It's just a game of chance. It's basically the same as buying a lottery ticket and calling it your retirement plan.
And here's the crucial thing to remember. We are bombarded with the stories of the winners. For every one person who got rich on Bitcoin, there are literally thousands who tried and lost everything. We only see the survivors, and that gives us this totally warped view of the actual odds.
Okay, so let's move on to the second big myth. It's kind of the opposite of the first one, but it can be just as limiting. This is what we call the frugality ceiling. We've all heard this advice. And look, it's not wrong. It's just incomplete. Of course, living within your means is absolutely essential. But when your goal is to accelerate wealth, being super frugal has a hard limit. I mean, you can only cut your expenses down to zero. Your potential to earn more, on the other hand, that's basically unlimited.
This really gets to the heart of it. Think of frugality as a defensive move. It protects what you've got. It's fantastic for maintenance. But it's not an engine. It can't give you that forward push you need to really, truly accelerate your wealth. So, if gambling on investments and pinching every last penny aren't the answers, then what is? This is where we get to the core of it all: identifying and then building your true wealth engine. So, what is it? The single most powerful, most reliable, most controllable tool that you have for building wealth is your income. I know, it's not as sexy as a 100x crypto coin, but trust me, it is way more effective. The main focus of your energy should be on increasing what you earn.
Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. You're pointing to those stories of athletes or celebrities who made millions and then went broke. And yeah, those stories are out there, but they are the exception, not the rule. From a pure, common-sense, mathematical standpoint, your chances of success are just so much higher with a high income. What you make matters a lot.
So if increasing your income is the goal, how do we actually do it? This isn't just about wishing for a bigger paycheck. It's about having a real strategy. It's about taking the path to expertise.
When you really break it down, there are only 3 ways to earn more money. 1, you can work more hours, but that's not sustainable, and who really wants to do that? 2, you can switch professions, but that often means you're starting from scratch. Or, there's the best option, you can get paid a whole lot more for the work you're already doing. So, how? You do it by becoming an expert. Just look at this. The average accountant, they make a perfectly good living. But a partner at a top firm, an absolute expert in their field, can make almost 10 times that much. That gap is just enormous. And this isn't just about accounting. Take chefs, for example. An average chef might make around $60,000, but a celebrity chef, someone who has mastered their craft and their brand, can earn millions. In pretty much every single field, the people at the very top are paid on a completely different level. I know a guy who did this. He started in accounting, then a few years later jumped to real estate, then to marketing, always chasing a slightly bigger salary. And every single time, he basically hit the reset button on his progress. After a decade, yeah, his income was okay, but he was never in one place long enough to become a true expert and unlock that top-tier money.
So what does it take? It's actually just 2 simple ingredients: time and effort. You have to stick with the field long enough to get that deep experience. And it's not just about showing up, it's about making a conscious choice to go above and beyond. Kind of like that story of the secretary who just started proactively organizing the office, got noticed, and kept getting promoted until she was running international operations. That's effort. Okay, this brings us to the last and maybe the most crucial piece of the puzzle. It's not enough to know all the different parts. You have to put them together in the right order. This is the correct sequence for really accelerating your wealth.
Here it is. Step 1. Focus your energy on becoming an expert to dramatically boost your income. Step 2. With that much larger disposable income, you invest it. See? This is where investing plays its proper role. Your high income is the fuel for the investment engine. And finally, step 3. You let the power of compounding take over and accelerate you to your goal.
So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. If you look at your own life, your own habits, where are your time and energy really focused? Are you still playing the investment lottery? Are you hitting that frugality ceiling? Or are you actively building your true wealth engine?
We would like to hear your take on this in the comments section. Thank you for watching WealthPrint.